Have you thought about where you wanted to be in life and have no direction? Well, you are in the right place. You are tuned into another epic episode of Triona the Trillionaire podcast with your spiritual health coach, Triona the Trillionaire. Become more aligned, enlightened, and abundant in all areas of your life. She got the hair care, she got the health, and she has the wealth topics for you.
Welcome back, heirs, to the Triona the Trillionaire podcast. And I'm your lovely host, Triona the Trillionaire. What I want to talk about, discuss, and bridge the gap between is the coaching industry and how coaches are just selling. They're selling like club promoters. They're selling, they're posting daily. They're telling you the skim way of doing business. They're not really expressing the actual work that goes behind doing your businesses. They only talk about you making X amount of dollars, you becoming a millionaire within 30 days by using these proven systems, strategies, and also implementing different type of tools in your business. And they're going to show you how to do this. They're going to show you what to do, what not to do. They're going to tell you that you're going to sign up for this $1,000 course, $2,000 course, or $1,997 course that you're going to learn from their mistakes so you don't have to go through those mistakes. Here's the issue, and here's the problem with that. In the seed of inception, the baby that you are developing, your baby, your idea, your vision, your passion, your mission of what you're trying to accomplish has certain type of stages. So if you are not at the stage of inception, if you're not at the stage of you are about to launch and execute that idea, that God-given purpose, that mission driven purpose that you have, you're going to be stuck on these simple stages. And it may not be simple to you, but someone from the outside looking in of your business, it is simple. And these are what these coaches are trying to sell you on, their idea that they can help you become a millionaire within 30 days. Here's the problem. They're not really caring about you, your pockets, your ideas, and what you have to give to the world, right? Their mission is to get you to buy their product. And this is why I'm so different from many coaches, because I want my clients to go out, complete their projects, and live their God-given lives. And then I want them to come back to me and say, hey, you know what? Since you invested so much time and energy into me and you weren't just a scam artist, you gave me the idea, you gave me the permission to go out to the world and do what it is God called me here to do. I want to gift you from the back end, and I want to gift you a certain type of money or monetary or gift or whatever. So I want those clients to continue to come back to me because I've given them those intricate pieces of their business model and strategy. There's so much. So I had a, let me tell you from a personal experience, because I've lost money with coaches that I thought they had it all. And I looked at their profile and I looked at their numbers and I saw the money that they were bringing in, and I invested because I said, you know what? No matter how much in debt I am in right now, it won't always be like this. So I was psychologically sold to, because there's these triggers out there. There's a lot of rebuttal remarks that people say. People practice their speaking. They practice what you're going to say, what you're not going to say. Oh, why not now? Why not buy now? Oh, you can't put it on the credit card. So you know what? Those are some things that I did. I just went ahead, put it on the credit card, and I did not get the fulfillment. I didn't get the exact strategy because I wasn't in that stage of inception. I wasn't even close to that peak of me actualizing my idea. I didn't even have the full scope of the identity that I wanted to embody, the essence that I wanted to create with that product or with that project that I was going to launch, create, and put out into the world. So I had to get in position myself personally and professionally, not just, oh, I have the money right now. Sometimes you can have the money, but you're not emotionally stable to do the process. Sometimes you have the emotional stability, but you don't have the funding. So this is some things that I want to do to bridge the gap. I want to give you a full scope of what it is you need in your business. So when you contact me and we do a consult, I want to know off the bat, I want you to be completely transparent with me, because at times, I wasn't really upfront. Like, listen, my mom just passed away. I have $0 to my name. I'm sleeping at the hotels. I just recently was able to move into my cousin's extra bedroom. He's getting ready to have a baby. He's had his fiance and they're about to get ready to have a baby. And I'm in here with my daughter and our hair is falling out. That's how stressed we were. My hair was falling out. My baby hair was falling. My baby was completely bald at this point. And I had no idea what I wanted to do at this point. My hope and my dreams were just out the window. And I had nothing. I didn't have the emotional stability to run the business, and I didn't have the financial stability or backing to run the business. I wish someone would have told me to just simply get my EIN number and get my LLC, because I already had those things in place. All I had to do is renew them for $50 or something like that. All I had to do, and I could ask someone for $50, right? Your EIN is free. I probably already have my LLC. Why wouldn't someone tell me to go to the bank and be able to ask for business credit with my EIN and my LLC? Your EIN is free, completely free. With those two documents, you can get business funding and business credit. Then, if you have the time, now, and I'm speaking to those that are emotionally unstable as well, because there was times I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't force myself to even get out of bed. I couldn't even think of waking up. And here I have my daughter. We're not going to school. We're not doing any of that. So if someone would have told me, hey, just go ahead and walk into a bank. Okay. You are going to thank me later for doing this. You can get up to $15,000, $20,000, even $5,000 would have blown my mind at the time. Even $1,000 would have completely blown my mind at the time. Literally, I had nothing. I wasn't on food stamps, so I didn't have government assistance. I had literally nothing. I'm staying at my cousin's house. I don't have a job. Because I was working as a trainer at someone else's gym at the time. When I came back, I just never went back. But I could have borrowed $100 or $50 from somebody. And that seems so much to even ask someone for, right? I'm going to put my pride aside and ask for $100 so I can renew my LLC when I'm barely eating. So that right there in itself. But the next day or that next 30 days that you have that window, I would have told myself, or I would have tell you guys, you ladies, write down what you are actually going to do with this $5,000. You're going to pay your coach $1,000. That's going to be on your business credit. That next 30 days, you have enough money to take care of yourself, your daughter, and have $3,000 left over. And I was being very frugal at the moment. I was only using gas. I wasn't barely going anywhere. So I would only need $50 for myself. So I could really have, $4,950 left, leave an extra $50 for food, pay the person back that $100. I might have even gave them $200. And you have $5,000 on that business card. So you have that $3,000 left. You paid your coach $1,000 or $2,000. You've left a little bit money for yourself, but you're itemizing every single receipt. You're keeping every receipt. You're documenting every single thing that's going into your business. You know why? Because when you use it with your business credit, the IRS is going to look at it as a new debt. So you're going that those items on your receipt are going to be itemized transactions for business expenses. So all in all, you will get a tax credit for that at the end of the year or mid-year coming up. Okay. Mind you, this happened September. We're going into the holiday season, November, December, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So by April of the next year of 2020, you will have been able to write these off on your taxes, right? And then when you open up a new card, depending on which bank you go to, you don't even have interest until a whole nother year. So you have a good 8 months, a good 2-3 quarters to even get all of that money back and pay that credit card back off, that business credit card back off. So you've lost nothing. You've gained everything. So I want to start with you all, and I want to get you where you are. And I think that's a lot of coaches. They don't really take that person where they are. They're selling to the masses. You're trying to sell to 100,000 people. You're gaining 10% of that. That's 10,000 people that might sign up for your e-list or email list. I call it e-list, your email list. They're going to sign up for your email list. And then you got these people trickling in. So you might get 1,000 people off of this launch. From 100,000 followers to 10,000 that sign up. 1,000 might actually pay them $2,000. That's $20,000 for one launch. That's $20,000 for one launch. If they pay you, let me make sure. Oh, hold on. If 1,000 people pay you $2,000, that's $2 million for one launch. What did I say? What did I say? Oh, I'm thinking of, hold on. Yeah. That's $2 million off of one launch that they're psychologically selling you to. And if I had 1,000 clients, I'm going to try to have my team of people meet you where you are. When you have an income packet, an intake packet, I want to know, what are those struggles? I want you guys to be brutally honest. I want you guys to actually see me and set up a meeting with me or someone that I condone leadership to on my team. So that mimics my essence and my presence there. Okay. So I want them to let you guys know. I want you to binge watch this content. If you're sleeping and you just can't get out the bed and you're that low in your life, or you're that, stressed out, or you're just at your wit's end, there has to be a spark that comes after that. When that spark comes, you're not always going to want to be in that same spot. So there's going to be a thought that deposits in your mind to say, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. It might not be, oh, I'm getting up and I'm racing the race, but you're going to take 10 minutes out of your day to listen to one of the inspirational podcasts, to listen to one of the binge-worthy podcasts, to look up and to research certain things that you want to do in your market, with your niche, with your God. I don't even like saying gift. I don't even like saying niche. With your purpose-driven mission, with your purpose-driven vision, you're going to start researching those things. You're going to start having these dreams. You're going to probably cry yourself to sleep some nights, but you're going to have these dreams that come and tell you it won't always be like this. or this is what you should do, or there's going to be a soft spoken voice that comes in and intercedes and intercepts for you. And you're going to just say, God, oh, Jesus, you're just going to cry out the name of the Lord. When you have no strength, you ask for God to give you that strength so you can carry on. And you're going to be the one. Your family, just like my family, what I perceived my family is looking at me as the crazy one, as the one. I need to be the one to do it first, because I might be the first trillionaire in my family, but I won't be the last. I might be the first millionaire or billionaire in my family, but I won't be the last. I might be the one to have to jump off the cliff, the one that what do they say? Build the parachute while you already jumped out the plane. And people think you're crazy, you're insane, you don't have a job, you're not working, you have a baby, you're just moping, and you're just sitting in the room every day. You're isolating yourself, you're crying yourself to sleep, you're waking up crying, your hair's all over the place, your hair's falling out, your baby's hair's falling out. And then you come up with a solution to the problem. You start not looking at the problem, you start seeking solutions. Because you're tired of that way. You already did it that way before, so you're fed up. You already did it that way, so you're fed up. You already did it that way. You already know where you came from, but you're fed up. So things have to change. And that spark in your mind is going to illuminate that change for you. It's not going to get off your mind. It's not going to get out of your head. That thing that you keep thinking about, that's the thing that you may need to just do. And then you think about this other thought that comes in your head. Oh, you think about, oh, how can I do that? How would I be able to do that? I would never be able to do. Now you're trying to convince yourself that you're unworthy, that you're not good enough, that nobody has done it, that you don't see the example set before you. Oh, there's plenty of examples. Do your research. And then when you do it, when you go out and buy that car, you're going to see everybody with that car. You're going to see everybody doing that. You're going to see everybody publishing books. You're going to see everybody opening a Shopify store. But you thought it was so hard. You thought you couldn't do it. But you had the same power and ability that Jesus had and has, but you don't feel like you can do that. If you see someone else doing something that you would like to do, know that it's capable. Know that you are capable. Know that you are able to do these things. It's your idea that popped into your head, into your mind. It didn't come there for no reason. Something had to attract whatever you're looking for and searching for and seeking. It's looking and seeking and searching for you as well. You've just met it at the inception stage. You've just met that thing. Now, where do we go from here? You keep listening to the podcast. You keep getting inspired. You keep getting up every single day. That's the strength that you're going to need. That's going to carry you through. That's going to propel you through to be able to make your life right now undistinguishable next year, the following year. And you might be saying, hey, I've been Triona. I've been on this road for an entire year. And it said, after you do it for a year, you should see some change. After you do it a year, I should see something. And I look back 2 years ago, I'm still in the same spot. Go back to the drawing board. I had to. If there's some things that are in your way that you feel like, oh, I can eliminate this. I'm drinking wine too much. I'm drinking wine every night. I'm drinking every night. I go to sleep. I'm smoking. And I would like to do that a little less. I'm binge eating. I'm waking up in the middle of the night and I'm purging. I'm binge eating. I'm listening to too much cussing. I'm falling asleep with the TV on. Some of those little minute things, you may need to just cut the TV off and relax. Read a book instead of looking at your phone before you go to sleep. Stop watching scary movies and looking at something positive, a meditation. Some little small things. When you wake up in the morning and you feel like going back to sleep, go brush your teeth. Go get in a cold shower. Go get in a hot shower. Get in the bath in the morning. I tried all these methodologies. I tried all these different methods. that other people have discovered that help them, and I infuse them with my daily routines. And I started. I started where I was. I used what I had, and I did what I could at that moment. And once you get enough strength to do that, you can add something else to your plate. Don't try to do everything in one day and then the next day. Sometimes things have to get repetitive. Maybe you do it for a month. Maybe you do that same process for a year. After 2 years, boom. 3 years, boom. Y'all know the story of the bamboo. I got a bamboo sitting in a plant vase right now. And I just look at that bamboo every single day. We've had the bamboo for about 2 years now. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even see a leaf. I haven't even seen a new leaf on this thing. And we're looking at it and we're planting it every day and we're watering it and we're speaking into that bamboo every single day. After 5 years, the bamboo just roots all the way up. So maybe it needs to be your 5-year mark. But you're not going to get to your 5-year mark if you do not start today. And it doesn't have to be something like, oh, I have to go out into the world. I have to put my makeup on. I got to go create content. I got to do 10 podcasts today. It might be thanking God for waking up. It might be expressing your gratitude in the morning. It might be writing 3 things at night about your day and how great your day was. But you do that every single day. It might be putting a voice note on your phone, marking the date, marking the time, so you can see, okay, I did this on this day at this time. Wow. A year ago today, I did this. What I don't want you guys to see, what I don't want you guys to recognize and realize is when that Snapchat a yearly update comes up, when that Facebook yearly update comes up, I don't want y'all to recognize that same person in those videos. I don't want you to be in the same spot that you were in last year. Even if it's an inch above that, we're trekking on the right space. We're trekking on the right time. Yeah, you can say, oh, I could have been way further than I am next year or last year. But your emotional stability has risen. You're not going backwards. You're not staying stagnant. You are moving. You are changing. You are evolving. You are getting it. I don't want you to be in a club on November 9th or November 10th last year, and then you see that same club and you're in that same exact space. You're in that same exact place. I don't want you to write your goals on December 31st, and it's those same goals in that same notebook. And no, that notebook should be filled up. Yes, reflect on that notebook. Yes, reflect on these times. Yes, you might smile and say, oh, these were good times. But do you actually remember the emotions that you were going through at that time? So we are living in the moment right here, right now. Feel into your expressions right here, right now. How are you feeling right here, right now? This is the moment. This is the actual moment. Get excited because it won't always be this way. Get excited. You might be frustrated some days. I was frustrated yesterday. I was crying yesterday. Like, why hasn't this actualized for me yet? I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been trying to get a new car for 13 years. I mean, I've had my car for 13 years and I've sincerely been looking for a new car for 5 years and I just haven't found it. And I want that feeling of it to just come to me, and it just overwhelmingly takes my emotions in my body. And I was just going to settle like, I can just go buy any car right now and just settle. But no, why? When I deserve the car that are in my desires. Why? So I was so frustrated. I have a car. I have a car. I have 2 cars actually, but I'm just like, I want the car that I want, that I desire, that's going to match up with my current identity. And then God spoke to me, yeah, because you're living off your current identity of what you have right now, what you're capable of getting right now, but you're not looking at my bank account, what I can give you, what I believe you deserve. So once you surrender to what it is that I would want you to have, then I will give you that. But you're only limiting yourself to right here, right now. And you're not looking into the version that you're emerging to become. That's what I really want you to have. I want you to have that. And it's not about the material things that you get from this plane. It's about the emotions that meet up with the true essence of who you are, the being, the spirit being. I can survive with what I have right now. However, what I deserve and what I desire, God said he's going to give me the desires of my heart, especially if my desires are of what he wants me to have. So we have to start thinking that way. We have to start believing it that way. We have to have the faith, even if it's the faith of the mustard seed. The mustard seed is the smallest seed, I believe, in the world, but it's the most powerful. It's the most strong. If you put a little mustard on something, you can taste that whole mustard overpowers the entire dish. Trust and believe me. I love mustard, but a lot of people do not like mustard. And they're like, you messed up the whole potato salad by putting this one. I only put a little piece of mustard. I only put a squirt of mustard in it, but you messed up the whole dish. But if you have that faith of a mustard seed, your whole entire body is going to start shifting. And you just say 2 words to yourself or 3 words to yourself. Thank you. Thank yourself. Appreciate yourself. Give yourself gratitude for what you do have right here, right now. I might have not had all the hair that I have on my head that I do now, but I start thanking God for my crown. I start praying for my hair. I start praying for my daughter's hair. And we came up with a solution. We came up with Lily Rose Beauty. We came up with Lily Rose Beauty products, lilyrosebeauty.com. And I have a whole entire vision that unfolded out of nowhere. I didn't know that it was going to become what it is going to become. And you guys are able to witness this before it even emerges into what it actually is supposed to be. I have the vision and we're trekking along those lines. But I'm not going to get frustrated because God already granted me the ability to see the vision of what Lily Rose Beauty is going to be. My daughter hair literally was scalp bald. And now she has like 12 inches of hair, thick mane. It looks like a lion's mane. I have so much hair on my head that I like literally. And people say, oh, it's genetics. Oh, no, I have bald spots in my hair. That's how stressed I was. My hair is thinning. My hair is falling out. I have really thick hair. My hair texture was changing. I have combs and clunks of just, it looks like Afro puffs in my hand of hair that just fell out of my hair because I was just that displeased with what was taking place and what had transpired in my life. But I had to take the forefront. I had to take the seat. I had to sit back at the main character seat. And I had to start meditating. Those were the things that I had to do every single night. I had to meditate every night. I had to take a bath every morning. I had to take, when I really got frustrated, I had to take a freezing cold shower. I had to work on my breath. I had to invest in coaches. I had to invest in NLP practitioner, in NLP certifications for myself. Once you do an NLP for yourself, you're able to perform this on your clients. But I had to take the course first. And that's usually how it works when you get an NLP certification. I had to go on long walks. I had to beat my body up in the gym because of that stress. I had to continue to move my body. And sometimes I just had to lay there. I had to bask in that emotion And I allow myself to face that emotion. Because I started running from that emotion. I started running from myself. I started running. I didn't want to feel into that emotion. But once I embraced it and said, hey, thank you. Thank you, God, for allowing me to see the full expression of every single emotion that our human bodies and our minds are supposed to encompass on this earthly realm. Thank you, God, because I will never be at this place, at this spot in my life again. And I start journaling about it. And I start smiling because every day got better and better as I spilled all those emotions out on the papers and the pages. And you guys will be able to witness this in my book, Suffering in Silence, What Not to Say to Someone Grieving. You may witness the emotion that I evoke in those pages. The writings that I wrote throughout those pages and how I was trying to help and teach through my pain and through my process, my purging process. That's one of the topics in the chapters. So I encourage you to just know that it won't always be like this. Everything you see on social media, everything you look up at on TikTok and websites, and you do your research yourself. Don't be sold to psychologically because you're going through something. Okay. But however, I did invest. I invested into those coaches. I invested into those programs. I did the studies. I did the groundwork. I did the inner child healing. I did the shadow work. I did the trauma bond healing. I did those things. I scripted. I turned in my homework every single week for 12 whole weeks. Or what was it? 20 weeks or something like that. And I was like, wow, that's what 1/4 of the year. We got 52 weeks. I did that for 12 to 20 weeks. And I scripted. And then I did the program again alone by myself. I had accountability partners that I had no idea. I've never met these girls in my life, these women in my life. I had these accountability partners. We'll check in. We'll do our work together. We'll ask each other questions. I'll help them with their problems and their situations. They'll help me with mine. And it's easier to do that with someone across the world than probably someone that is your family member or someone that's your best friend or someone's close to you. One of my accountability partners lived in India. The other one was in Australia or Madrid. I've never seen these women a day in my life. But I love these women. I love them because they truly embodied the essence that I needed, that I craved for, the answers that I was looking for at the time. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Get into a program that you can get into my program. I can be your coach, but don't do it just because I'm saying this. Do it because you feel compelled to do it, because something in you ignites, something in you clicks on, and it tells your body, I need this. I want this. This is what I crave. This is what I desire. This is the first stepping stone. And we can do a business. We can do personal. We can do spiritual. But you have to know where you are. You have to be honest with yourself. Hey, Triona, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I don't have the emotional stability right now. Maybe we'll do a consult. Maybe we'll find those resources for yourself. Maybe you'll end up finding a grant opportunity. Maybe you do have the time. And you'll find a grant opportunity where you can fill out for a grant using my one page business blueprint. My one page business plan that you will go over. You'll put all your ideas out. You'll brainstorm. You'll tell what your business does. You'll give your ideas. You'll do your market research. You'll strategize your margins. I have tools for bottles, labels. I just don't want to gatekeep because I was exactly where you are, where you may be. Trying, finding, looking for answers. Don't get the right answers. Looking up YouTube videos, being inspired in the middle of the night, waking up at 2 a.m., putting products together. I would literally, after I left my cousin's house and we had enough money to move into our own apartment, I would wake up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I would just get in the kitchen and everything that I had in my kitchen. I had avocado oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil. I had sugar. I had different type of things in my kitchen, and I will mix and I will put them on myself. I will do skin patch testing. I will put these products on myself. I will bathe with them. I will see the interactions with different chemicals and products. And I have a backing, my actual degree. I study biomedical science, research. My degree is in health sciences. So I delve heavily on the human body, what reacts, what counteracts with the human body. So my research that I took for my actual degree, I applied that to my entrepreneurship journey. And I started in my kitchen. I started in my bed, visualizing these things. I got to my computer. I started researching these things. You may say, I don't have a computer, Tree. I can't even look up this stuff. You have a phone. You have piece of paper and a pen. You have the library. You got your 2 legs. You can walk to the library. There's some days I had to go to the library. I had to use their internet because I didn't have any internet. So every excuse that you have, I had those same excuses. This is not a rebuttal. This is not a rebuttal response. This is me from pure life, the same exact place that you may be in. I was there. I have actual evidence. This is my true life story. This is this is my story. And I know I'm not the only one. And I know God put it on my heart to be able to share these things with you all. You may be older than me and say, hey, Tree, I've been working my job for 20, 30 years, 40 years. I'm getting ready to retire in 2 years. I want to be able to do something because my 401k will not kick in. My 401k will be not enough for me to sustain my living situation. What can I do? I still want to get my grandchildren Christmas presents. What I will advise you guys to do if you're older, you're about to retire, you have some money coming in, but not enough. You can create a side hustle. But what I will recommend, if it is that important for you to simple, this is something simple. I will urge you guys, and it's so important for you to get your Christmas every single year for your family, for your grandchildren. Do a simple CD. And I know people like, oh, I want a high yielding. I want to get in stocks. I want to start investing. Get you a CD, a 12-month CD. And you're going to do a 12-month CD that you can add on to. So you're going to start with $50. Put $50 in. And every week you're just going to add $10. Or every month you're going to add $40 or $50 to that. By the end of the 12 months, you're going to have about $1,000. $1,000 by just starting with $50. That $1,000, if you have 4 grandchildren, each grandchildren will get a $200 gift from you. Make it a good gift. Kids like opening multiple things anyways. You can wrap dice up, 2 different pieces of dice. They'll be excited just to play with the wrapping paper. You know, and you might say, oh, Triona, these kids like tablets, and there's tablets for $100. Go to liquidation centers and stores. Make sure the items work before you leave the store. There's so many ways that you can make money, compounding interest. But I wouldn't recommend that if you're not staying that money in there for 3 to 5 years at the minimum, because of the penalties will outweigh your reward. So we have to figure out what it is you actually need to do. You're stuck right now because you're not allowing God, you're not fully surrendering to God in every single area of your life. And that was me. I was in pain. I was impoverished. I felt like I was in poverty. I was broke, but I didn't have a poor spirit, but I didn't know how to surrender. I didn't know how to surrender to the goodness of God. I just didn't know how. Surrendering is the most difficult thing ever. That means giving up control, giving up power. You're powerless anyways. You're so powerless anyways. We don't get our strength from ourselves. I wasn't able to get up by myself. We're not able to get up and wake up out of the bed ourselves. We don't wake up from an alarm clock. It's the power of God that touches you, that deposits something, the spirit in your mind to tell you, okay, it's time to wake up now. And then that thought comes back in. Oh, I'm angry again. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, my mom's not here anymore. Oh, I'm not going to get a call from my mom. My mom used to wake me up every single morning. She'll call me. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Blessings. I love you. And you're not getting that call anymore. And it's depressing. You're in despair. And then you look at everybody else's life. That's your problem. You're looking at everybody else and what they're doing, but you don't know the struggle behind the veil of their eyes. You don't know that struggle that they have, that they endure. Even me, you might look at me, Triona. You're posting these things on social media. You looking like you having the best life ever. How could we know that you were in pain? How could we know that you were impoverished? Those words alone made me not even do something that I enjoyed a little bit. By people exposing themselves and saying those words to me, made me not even make the little small amount of money that I was making. But I'm seeking validation from people that don't even matter. Not saying your family members don't matter, but their opinions of you don't matter. Their opinions of themselves matter. Your opinion of yourself matters. So when that thought intercedes and intercepts, that negative thought, we have 80,000 thoughts per day, and 60 to 70,000 are negative thoughts. So we have to rewire our brain, retrain our minds to think these thoughts, think on these things, think on these positive things. And you might say, Triona, I'm a pessimistic person. I'm a realistic person. My mom passed away. My mom's not here anymore in the flesh. And I lost that person that was dear to my heart. My ride or die. I'm never going to be the same. I understand you. But we're looking at every single person else's life. How can they go on selfishly with their lives? And I'm sitting here in misery. That's what I thought to myself. How can these people work a job when I'm dying inside? When they should be dying inside? How can I tell someone what they should be doing? How they should operate? Everyone's not going to operate the same way as you. Everyone is not going to do the same thing as you. Everyone doesn't have the same clues that you have. Everyone doesn't have the common sense that you have. Common sense is not common. That's why it's called common sense. When common meets sense. If everyone was exactly like you, how would you be able to mirror those people that are greater than you, that are going to inspire you, that are going to motivate you? How are you going to help someone else out if you're in the same position as them, as they are? How? And that's the problem. We're looking at everybody else's life, what they should be doing, what they should have said to you, what they should not have said to you. That's why I'm putting it in a book. Suffering in silence, what not to say to someone grieving. People don't know. They don't know how to care for you. They don't know what to say to you. They don't know what's the best time to call you. They don't know. Even if you feel like these people know me my entire life, they know me longer than I know me. They really just don't know how you operate, how you conduct yourself. And you might just need to look at those that are there for you. You don't need 100 people. You might need 1 or 2 people to talk to. You may need 1 or 2 people just to hug on. You may need 1 or 2 people just to sit on the phone and breathe with. You don't need 100 people. You don't need all these people because they're going and experiencing their own traumas. their own isolation, their own mishaps, their own grievances, their own perception and perspective. You don't need all the people calling you, blowing you up, asking you how you doing, asking these same questions over and over, telling that same sobby story over and over and over again. You need that person that's going to tell you what you need to hear at that moment. You might not even know this person. It might be this podcast that you listen to for the first time. It might be somebody across the world in India that says, hey, just moisturize your ends of your hair. Our hair needs moisture. And you start praying over your head. You don't even know what their words led to this. Sometimes it's good that people piss you off. Because sometimes when people piss you off that mad, you have the guts to do something about it. When people piss you off that bad, sometimes you have the guts, the bravery, the instinct, and the insight to just do something about it, to change the dynamic that you're currently expressing and experiencing. So I'm going to sum this up because you already know what it is that you need to do today to take that step, to take that leap of faith, to stop drowning in your misery and your sorrow, to stop going further and further into this deep sunken hole. And you're just going to get up, you're going to stand up, you're going to look up. If you can look up, you can get up. If you can look up, you can get up. And I want all of you to know, if you are listening to this podcast, know that you're blessed and continue to be a blessing to others. I love you all. Mwah.